Hi guys, welcome back to our podcast, the next episode. Today we have someone, we actually, when our batch WhatsApp group was made, we started sharing our Instagram profiles with each other. And then came a profile. I just opened it and watched some videos. I was like, bro, ये next level dancer है भाई. And I was not sure कि she is a professional dancer or not. तो जब प्रोफाइल देखा मैं बोला भाई ये तो अलग है. I was like bro, talent है बैच में बहुत ज़्यादा और one of the talent is Rachana.
Right.
So today we have Rachana with us.
Hi guys. So whatever you said is like
No, that's the fact. I said the fact.
I'm very overwhelmed.
मैं ये बात किसी और को भी बोला था कि रचना का प्रोफाइल देख के I was amazed. So, and as always, you have Himanshu Khandelwal with you and our co-host Piyush.
Let's go.
So,
how are you feeling being a part of this?
Being a part of the podcast.
Of course, yeah.
Honestly, I not expected that you guys would call me, and when the first time you told me that we would like to talk to you, I was actually very happy that out of 95 people, if you're choosing a few people, and I'm one of them, so I'm definitely very. So honestly, I feel I've not done anything great, but I aspire to do something much better every day. But after you guys told me and him complimenting me the other day, it felt really good, and yeah. I was like up in no second. I told you yes in like 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do that. So definitely I'm very happy to be here. A little nervous of what you are going to ask me, but I'm sure I'll try my best to answer.
This is actually the first time we have actually written down the
Actually,
questions.
we had 2 podcasts and everything was चलो भाई करते हैं.
Very candid.
Very candid.
Very
But
candid.
this time we thought, अरे नहीं.
कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा.
हाँ, structure होना चाहिए भाई.
Structure होना चाहिए.
Pressure दे रहे ये लोग मुझे. Putting me under pressure. But
No, it's not like that.
let's see.
We are also under pressure today.
Okay, we'll kill it. Don't worry.
So you're a professional dancer, and you're also a certified DMT trainer.
Correct. Dance movement therapy facilitator. So I am a certified DMT facilitator and a professional dancer.
What is DMT? Because this is actually the first time I've heard that there's such thing called DMT.
Correct.
Why is this so rare?
So it's not actually rare, it's very rare in India and it's very common, not common but it's a very good profession you choose in UK or US. There are proper recognizing bodies for DMT and there are 3 levels of DMT. One is dance movement therapist or DMT, then one is dance movement therapy practitioner and then is dance movement therapy facilitator. In India, the person who has pioneered it is Tripura Kasha and I learned directly under her. So it was really great and in general in India, therapy is not very well known.
Yeah, exactly.
Therapy is very underrated. People think if you have some problem, then only you go to a therapist, but it's not like that. And DMT is not exactly a therapy kind of a thing. It's very exploring your inner movement. It's about healing through movement. And it is definitely going to take a lot of time to for people to understand and come for the sessions and like exactly recognize what exactly is DMT. But we're just starting and I'm really happy to say that this like the batch we were and more coming 3-4 years are going to be like a batch of pioneers of DMT in India. So there are very few dance movement therapists in India, like hardly handful of them. And I am a dance movement therapy facilitator, so basically the lowest level. I aspire to become a DMT, like a therapist, but at a later stage. So maybe after my MBA or maybe after exploring life a little bit. Yeah.
You talked about healing through movement, through dancing. Does that really help? Or what is the state that somebody gets in that actually heals them? And in what ways does it heal them?
Okay, so let me just tell you, movement is so organic. Any person, you're sitting like this is a movement. You moving your chair is a movement. Me talking like this is a movement. We move since we're in the womb, mother's womb. That is the time we move. So movement is directly related to your feelings and your conscious. So basically what you do, even if you pretend to be somebody else, that means you're doing a movement. So movement is the most basic thing you learn right from the birth. Alright, you cry.
Right.
After getting once you're born is movement. So it's so directly related that in DMT what we do is we have a goal setting. Okay, in goal settings we give sessions, like we set the goals according to the group. In that we have objectives that if you want to focus on concentration or if you want to focus on self-introspection or exploring your identity. So according to those sessions we curate a proper set of sessions. In that we take movement. Now movement happens very organically. It is not कि मैं सिखा रही हूँ और तुम्हारा movement हो रहा है. It's not choreography.
Yes.
It is very, if I have an activity for you and if you feel like moving in a particular manner is what you move. People find it very awkward in the beginning to move without any, just so random and how am I going to move and so like what exactly is going to happen, what is this session. But it takes certain period of time to understand what exactly it is and then we move according to that. So it's quite in depth what the process is.
She actually said a very important line. Keep pretending is also a movement. It's like if we are doing this, like we are sitting here, we are even without the physical movements, also the movement is going on. Right. The DMT is way beyond physical movements.
Definitely, yes. It is always like that, and it is always your inner movement which comes out. It is never somebody telling you to do in a certain manner and then you feel something. No.
Right.
It is your own experience. We only facilitate or we only create a safe space for you guys. We don't tell you what to do. We only tell you certain activities. How you do it is up to you.
I've got one more question about therapy. Like in India, अपन therapy तब करवाते हैं जब अपने को actually need होती है. DMT, does it really relate to that thing or anybody can do it at any point of time? Like can I like do DMT even at this point of time? Like you can teach me, I can opt for your course.
Yeah, definitely. So the main thing is I don't teach.
No, yeah, exactly.
I
Not
facilitate
you.
the sessions. Anybody at any point of time, there just needs to be an age bracket. मैं ये वाले age के लिए अभी sessions ले लूँ.
Okay.
If you fit in that age, you can any time do it. One thing, I recently conducted a batch of around 17 to 20 ladies and girls in that. Basically, I don't think they had like particular problems, or even if they did, we didn't discuss that. What we discussed was self-introspection, healing and all. And I curated 10 sessions related to that, and 10 sessions were the most beautiful time of my life, and what I got a feedback from them also. It's like a very beautiful thing what they did in those 10 sessions. They paid a lot of attention to their movements, they paid a lot of attention to themselves. What happens is in daily lives we do not focus on ourselves. Even if we do, there's a very high chance that we escape those feelings. If you're feeling something, why are you feeling like that? What can you do to get out of it? Something. A main human tendency is to escape from the problems.
Right.
I do particularly. So everybody has a different style. My particular style is self-exploration, self-healing and self-exploration.
So what do? You pay attention to that feeling, that emotion that is coming across?
I don't pay attention. I make them pay attention to their feelings. So I curate sessions in a way and curate activities in a way. So activities can't be serious all the time. There are fun activities. For example, a basic activity like it's your name, Piyush. Piyush के every letter को adjectives दो. P, playful, I, interesting, intelligent, whatever. So you give all that. Now you say, okay, that one thing happens with that is you associate yourself in a positive manner. So तुम्हारा self image बढ़ता है कि what you feel about yourself. ठीक है? Second thing what I do is ये पूरा you join all of those words, you create a choreography out of it. Now how you create a choreography is your own movement. I will not tell you how to move. Playful is how you show playful. It can be the most weirdest thing you do, or you will feel very awkward while doing it. But that is what is your inner movement, and then you create choreographies. I have done these activities in a lot of sessions which I take, and this is one of the best activities my group has done. So It's very interesting. DMT for sure has changed my life at least.
Does it have any like particular music that you play? What kind of music do you play?
So, I generally use Indian folk music or instrumental music. I don't go for lyrics because lyrics will tend to divert your attention. Any kind of lyrics will help you go in that particular phase which the song is in. It will not take you in the phase for the activities you are doing. Okay. So I generally prefer simple instrumental music. I like hand drum or hand massive music and some folk dances. I'll just take you a little back to the history. How did folk dances start in India? They started because there was a community of every caste, okay, or every religion or every tribe basically. For them to come together and emote themselves or to release their feelings, they used to come in a circle or a group or something. That's how folk dances used to take place. This is the origin how movement impacts your feelings, how movement will get you nearer to other people. So it is that, and that's how I inculcate that in my songs and the playlist I use, because I want person to be completely involved in themselves rather than focusing on the music. And some music will release some sort of emotions. You will listen to very rock music, it will take you a very high energy level. If you listen to very silent songs, it will take you to a lower level. So then I play according to that. If you are angry, if you want to emote anger, which music you will use. So I avoid using lyrics, and it's like only based on music.
Actually, she gave me one more answer. हमारे theatre के lecture में, whenever the lecture used to start, तो मैम हमसे कुछ exercise करवाते थे, like scale, lifting वगैरह.
Right.
And music play करते थे. पहले इनसे सोच रहा था क्यों music चल रहा है? What we are doing? This is the answer for it.
Yeah, music helps you initiate a movement, no? That it's hardly sometimes कि music बज रहा है तो move नहीं करता.
Exactly. मतलब
If you're just doing this, that is a movement.
Lyrics भी नहीं होते थे,
Exactly.
सिर्फ music होते थे. And again, ऐसे ही मतलब instrumentals होते थे.
Exactly.
So it's like a platform where your emotions come on the surface. Can you say that?
It is very subjective for people. I can't say that for everybody. तुम्हारे ऊपर होता है how you take your emotions. It is completely your journey. I am the facilitator who creates a safe space for that. Of course, the ultimate goal is to bring your emotions and your fears or any kind of an emotion to the surface and facing it. That is the whole thing.
Right.
But how you get it, how long you take, is your completely up to you. I am nobody to force anybody. I just facilitate.
What got you into DMT? How did you find it?
Yeah. So it's related to my personal story, and I wouldn't like to open up completely about it. So I'll just give you all this thing.
Right.
3 years ago, I faced something very, very bad in my personal life, in my career, in my personal life, and all of that. Then the only thing which used to keep me sane was dancing. Dance has been my passion. I've been dancing for 18 years now. So it has been my passion. I used to go and just shut the door, play music and dance. It would be Bollywood because it's my favorite. So, and I would dance. That is how I came across कि यार this does something to you. A 15-minute session will do something to you. 15-minute session will really take you out of the zone you were in. है ना? वो मेरे लिए अलग level of meditation था. I call it as my meditation.
Wow.
So then I got to know. Then I researched कि what is healing through movement? Like, is there something called as healing through movement? And I was really, because of the experiences I've had, I was really into human psyche and understanding the human psychology, how it works and whatnot. So I was interested in psychology. I came across one person who told me there's something called as dance movement therapy. Then I researched on internet. Honestly, there was not a lot of information related to India. What exactly is DMT? Because it was not so popular. Then I researched on ADTA, basically American Dance Therapy Association, which is US wala and UK wala bhi hai. So then I went there, then I researched on a lot of YouTube videos and all of that happened. That is how I got to know what exactly is DMT. And then to go ahead with it, I chose the last option was the certification program for facilitator. And that's how I got introduced to that. And of course I was going to go for that, for sure.
tell you my experience.
Yeah.
So मैं और मेरी sister we just play some random music and we dance. Once what happened was we were playing this Captain Harris का कोई EDM गाना and I closed my eyes and I was moving and I felt like I'm not in my body. It was like, oh, I can sense the movement.
Correct.
I can see, oh, my hips, like going this.
Correct.
I can see the movement, upper body, lower body, and it was so beautiful. But when I consciously tried to do that again, it never happened.
नहीं होता है, नहीं होगा. That's what. You only explain what exactly is authentic movement. You explain what is your inner movement, and you can't. This is the rule. What we do is तुम एक activity बार second time में करोगे तो तुमने जो पहले time में move किया था वो तुम second time में करोगे. You can't. It is basic. मैं तुमको बोल. It is not choreography, no.
Because ये मैंने follow किया है. अभी तेरे तूने बोला उसके बाद. I was on a vacation before coming here. At that point of time I was out with my friends और मैं dance करता हूँ तुमको पता है कैसे. But उस दिन I don't know क्या हुआ था. I was with them. I was like my mind was free and then I started dancing and I could feel myself कि मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं कैसे कर रहा हूँ. And after that they were amazed कि हिमांशु तूने आज क्या किया है. तू सीख क्या? बोला नहीं मेरे अंदर से आया.
Right.
See, it is that movement is the most basic thing. तुम hi बोलो किसी को, that is also movement.
Rachana, now when I look at you, so I see even the way you walk, the way you talk, I feel there's a rhythm to it. I don't see it with anybody else.
Is that true or like?
do you feel this? Because I certainly do. I certainly do.
Okay.
So even if you're walking, so we hang out, right? We hang out. You come, you say hi. I feel there's a rhythm to it, man. It's beautiful. Just the way you say hi, you come, you go. Does dance impact your personality?
For sure. I mean, without a doubt, it's like a very, very, very important part of my life, and I'm very sure it affects my personality. It has boosted up my self-confidence. It has crashed down my self-confidence. Yeah. When I felt like sorry.
Now I'm interested.
Yeah, it has honestly done that. I was in a situation. I wouldn't take the name of any of the place. So I was in a situation where I was put down by people. You're not a good dancer, and you can't dance. You can only that one particular style. And it happened to me. That crashed my confidence. I couldn't dance after that. I was like, मैं छोड़ रही हूँ dancing. मेरे को नहीं जमने वाला है. I can't do it. And to get back, it took me 2.5 years to get back to oh my god, to face what happened was in a dance class. There are 50-60 people in a dance class. It's a workshop, ठीक है? Workshop में end में ऐसा होता है generally there's a new trend coming up which I don't agree with, but there's new trend आ रहा है कि workshop पूरा सिखाने के बाद groups बना लेते हैं 5-6 and you come up and perform and video लेते हैं, ठीक है? So that is the thing. तो मैंने किया तो उसके पहले मेरा confidence तो crash हो चुका था. I was like मैं तो नहीं dance कर पाऊँगी. And I went there and I forgot. I forgot in front of 60 people. I forgot what the dance was. And again that put me down. So then what helped me was the self-introspection part. So I was like यार क्या होगा मतलब मैं जाऊँगी मैं भूल जाऊँगी ना उससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं हो सकता है. People will laugh, like they will laugh anyways, so it doesn't matter. So that's how, and I will not lie, it took a lot of courage in me because there was nobody I could talk to because I was embarrassed about it. And it's a human tendency to talk about your failures or your weaknesses. I have definitely overcome that over a period of time and I'm quite vocal about it now. But earlier at that point of time, it took a lot in me and from me to get out of it, to again go and perform. That's how my confidence started building up. Then even when people told me that it's not. I'll start.
Continue.
So even when people told me कि ये तू कर सकती है क्या ये style है, मुझे कर सकती हूँ नहीं I don't know. मैं जाके करूँगी, मतलब मैं जाके करूँगी, मैं खराब करूँगी पर मैं करूँगी. I will explore. And now the definition of dance changed. more than killing it in dancing, killing it as in like acing that particular dance style, it was not that anymore for me. Still it is exploring. कि यार मेरे को जाके फाड़ना है तो मैं वो डांस को क्यों जाऊँ डांस क्लास को, अगर मेरे को पहले से ही आता है तो मैं क्या करूँ उधर जाके. अगर मैं कुछ नया सीख रही हूँ, even if I'm failing that 10,000 times, I'm answerable to myself, not to anybody else. That is how my confidence built up. So now if somebody comes up and tells me कि you're not a good dancer, and honestly which has not happened till date, touch wood, but if somebody comes in, I would happily accept it. I would like, yeah, it's your perspective about me. It's not me. It's not what I feel about myself. And maybe I'm bad, but I'm improving every day. सबका improvement level अलग होता है, तो it's okay. You find I'm a bad dancer, I'm okay with that.
Dance has made you grow.
Dance has made me.
I've got two things to say now. I've got two things to say about bad dancing. Bad dance किसी ने उसने accept कर लिया है, but just in case, ले मेरा Instagram profile है. I dance very well.
No, I'll tell you.
And the second thing, actually what she said, that can be related to our main focus which we have in all the podcast, life and flame. Why do I care about like what someone else is thinking about me, what someone else is talking to Himanshu ऐसा है या Rachana ऐसी है या Piyush ऐसी. Things are beyond that. If I am doing a presentation and I don't succeed, हाँ मैंने try नहीं किया तो they can say. But if I tried and I did not, I have done my part. You should have told me. I would have worked on it. I would have made changes. But still, if you are like तुम मुझे बोल रहे हो कि तेरा ही गलती है, it's not like that.
I read it somewhere and I would like to put it here, and it is for me which has helped me a lot in my life, and I find it could help me even a percentage for anybody's life. So I was reading, I don't exactly remember who, but for some spiritual leader, I was watching a video, and she said, okay, Piyush, one person will Piyush are very irritating. Himanshu will say Piyush are very nice. Third person will say Piyush are very very nice. The fourth person, you're so annoying, I don't want to see your face. अगर एक ही इंसान के अलग अलग व्यूज कैसे हो सकते हैं, तो उनके व्यूज है ना, वो तुम्हारे तो नहीं है. इट इज दैट कि मेरे मूड पे भी डिपेंड करता है. व्यूज तो बहुत अच्छा है, बट इफ आई एम मैड, Piyush are very irritating, don't come in front of me. It is like that. So what you are is like, people's perspective is very different about you, and it is going to be different about every other person. Who you are, you need to know that. You have your weaknesses, accept that and work on that. It's not like मैं ऐसी ही हूँ तो मैं ऐसी ही रहूँगी, let people do whatever they want. It will bring you down for sure. But if you say कि I am like this, I know what my flaws are, and I want to work on that, that will let you grow like anything. So this what I read somewhere, it has changed my life. Where I am no more like यार मैं ऐसी हूँ, I am not stubborn about it. I work on myself every day. But again, I don't keep in mind कि यार उसने मुझे ऐसे बोला तो मैं ऐसी हूँ. It is their perspective about me. It is not me. So this is what I believe in life. And if this really helps you, then it can really change your life.
You know, somewhere I relate to your story because, of course, things happens with all of us, and it happened with me certainly. And after that, of course, I went to I took a spiritual path.
Correct.
I started doing meditation. I started reading with psychology,
Correct.
philosophy, Jiddu Krishnamurti,
Okay.
read about Osho, what he wrote.
Right.
And I can see the gravitas of your experience or whatever you're saying. So yes, that's what I wanted to share.
That is good. I mean, I wouldn't say that it was completely your choice if you want to go towards the path of spirituality. But what I believe is self-introspection is your biggest strength. What meditation helps you is be aware of yourself.
Right.
What I feel is, if you don't feel like doing that, find your meditation in what you love. You don't need to sit and do the meditation.
Very true.
नहीं होता है वो. कोई लोगों से people are very active. Do meditate. For example, my dad loves riding. He loves sports bikes and he loves riding. Every Sunday, in spite of his busy schedule, he will go for a ride. And he says to me all the time, it's his meditation. That 1 hour is his meditation that helps him survive for the next week. It is like that. So meditation का definition fix मत करो first of all.
Right.
Second thing is, तुमको बैडमिंटन खेलने में मजा आता है, बैडमिंटन खेलो. That is your meditation. You like doing something, you like singing. That is your meditation. I like dancing. That is my meditation. I will close the room, dance for 1 hour, and I'm done. Like I'm I'm there back to myself. So for sure, don't define what is meditation. It is very subjective for people. Yeah.
How is your life at Flame? How's it going?
Very good.
That was coming.
Very good. Honestly, when I met everybody online, I didn't know how much I would gel up with people. I was not. I'm not. I still don't make friends. I feel friendship should be very organic. तुम किसी को मैसेज कर रहे हो be my friend और तुम किसी को ऐसे जबरदस्ती टेक्स्ट कर रहे हो और वो no he is my friend नहीं होता है. For me it doesn't work like that. I think I'm way beyond that stage now. But it needs to be very organic. So you also guys must have remembered. I have never texted you. I've never texted you. I've not texted a lot of people. But now I'm sitting here means there is some meaning to our friendship. कि वो ज़बरदस्ती वाला friendship नहीं. It's very organic what we have, right? So I believe in Flame I've met very beautiful people. They are very very nice, and I have made good friends. I don't know how deep that friendship is going to be. It is everything is organic for me.
Right.
So, but I definitely meeting you guys was really good. It got a new perspective for me. Doing MBA, leaving dance a little bit aside to do my MBA, and because for my later goals I want all of it to be combined. The goal I've come to Flame is very different. So I'm really loving the life here, loving the campus. It is beautiful.
What is the goal?
Yeah, exactly.
What is that goal?
बहुत businessman निकलने वाले bro.
Okay. My goal is it keeps on altering. It will keep on altering.
Right,
exactly.
What I really want to do is I want to set up my own business. I want to be an entrepreneur, but I want to set up a creative studio. So a creative studio is not only related to dancing.
Yes.
It has a whole lot of things in that. I want to focus on DMT. I want to focus on dancing. I want to bring in aspects of meditation in that. I really want to go for life coaching courses. What I want to do, because I believe I have the potential to do that, and I will do it. And I'm really again interested in content creation. So this is like a completely two different things. I want to do content creation. I love creating content on Instagram. I haven't gotten time. I haven't been regular enough right now. But I'm sure after my MBA or during my MBA also, I will definitely go ahead with that. But the end term goal is for sure creating something which is very close to my heart, not because I want to earn money, but because I want to help out others. It's not only for me what I'm doing, but I'm going to help out others. I have seen a lot of cases where people are struggling to understand themselves, struggling to understand their mental health, and just one conversation with somebody can change their mood. And if I can do it on a larger scale and reach out to a lot of people, I would definitely love to do that. So it is not one thing that I want to do. There are a lot of things, and I'm very sure a lot of things are going to be added to all of this. But yeah, that's the end term goal. And one thing I would like to mention is therapy जो बोलते हैं ना, it's like very, now it is upcoming in the cities.
Yes.
It is not gone down to the rurals. People do
Don't
not
understand.
know what their mental health is. People take it very lightly. People ignore it. उनसे जाके तुम एक बार बात करो, which once I've had an experience of talking to a girl from NGO, and she was like, in that particular NGO, she was not keeping that well, and she was like, मुझे बड़े होके police officer बनना है. And when asked why do you want to do that, I spoke to her personally, and she was like, because I've seen that girl who has no exposure in her life or nothing, वो मुझे बोली कि I want to become a police officer because I've seen women are being treated in a very unfair manner, and I want to change that. And if she has that vision, and if she visualizes that for herself, I was like, I want to reach out to such more people who have a lot of dreams. Why only stick to the city and the urban area? Rurals में जाके देखो, you will find people have hunger, people have so much of hunger to learn, so much of talent. I want to really talk to them, just have a conversation with them. That will free up their mind so much. So let's see where it takes me, but I'm very excited for
There
it.
is a checklist for businesses. Vision, tick, goals, tick. The only thing remaining is business चालू करना.
Execution.
मेरा एक ये है कि मुझे पर्सनली, इट कैन बी डेफिनेटली रॉन्ग, बट व्हाट आई फील इज बिजनेस चालू करना तो लेट चालू करो, एक्सप्लोर करो पहले. तुम लोग आपको 1000 चीज़ें सीखने मिलेगी. Of course, when you start the business, but before that, just working under somebody, working under a close entrepreneur, you will understand how they function. वैसे work with 2-3 people, 2-3 kinds of businesses, understand the holistic point of view,
Right.
and then go ahead into your business. तुमको definitely experiences, मतलब failures कम झेलने पड़ेंगे. It's like, because you know what people have learned. It's like your life is not long enough to have all the experiences on your own. Go talk to people, connect, meet people, understand their journey. You learn from their experiences, so your life becomes a little more
Yes,
smoother.
Sure.
So this is what I feel, and I'm going to start. But before that, I'm going to explore. A lot of people have a question कि तू डांस करी थी और फिर तू अभी MBA कर रही है, फिर like how what that shift and why is it? तो honestly, first of all, I'm not answerable to that. One thing, and second thing is, if I want to answer, I would be like, I want to explore. I want to explore. मैंने सिर्फ dancing तक मुझे limited नहीं रहना है. I'm way beyond that. And rule नहीं है कि तुम एक ही choose किया तो एक ही करो life पर. नहीं, I want to explore. What if I really like advertising and branding and I want to do something in that? I can get my creativity into that. It's not only something like dancing. तुम्हारा तुम knowledge limit कर रहे हो अगर तुम एक ही चीज को continue कर रहे हो. And I will go back to dancing if I feel like, but after exploring. So this has been my answer to my family also and other people also.
Do you find time dancing over here? To
No,
practice?
right now my schedule is not been great. I've been sleeping in at odd hours, waking up at odd hours, and yeah.
That happened.
Yes.
Everybody.
So it's like 2-3 weeks थोड़ा settle हो जाओ, but I have a lot of things in my mind. I'm in the dance club of Flame.
Yes.
I'm the head of choreography there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I want to do a lot of things, good production videos and all, because Flame as a campus is only so beautiful.
Yeah.
I could just shoot a video anywhere and look
Anywhere.
at it like that's a good
No
video
doubt.
I can shoot. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. Maybe taking some time to settle down and then start. Yeah.
Can we do something like, I mean, just on the line of, can you teach us something like DMT
For
or
sure. One thing again, DMT
She
can't
can't
be
teach.
taught.
No, I understand that, but
I can
but similar-
facilitate sessions.
Yeah, facilitate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
definitely.
Can we do that session once
Yes,
just to get into it?
yes, anytime. All you guys are welcome. So I'll put up a message on Flame 23.
It is way beyond Flame then.
Because I'm so inspired right now, to be honest. I want to explore live dancing.
You might feel awkward for 1 or 2 sessions, but once you get the grip of it, once you get a grip of yourself, and telling you your life is going to transform, and for sure it is going to do that. You just need to push yourself a little bit, get out of that comfort zone. But I recommend it to each and everybody to do it. Definitely. but एक बार तो करना चाहिए तुमको समझेगा what is the movement.
Right.
So for sure we can do it. I can take like dance sessions, I can take DMT sessions, I can take whatever you want.
We have to do it as soon as possible. because-
Actually,
है ना?
जनवरी में आते ही सबसे पहले अगर कुछ accomplish करना है तो वही है.
हाँ, start with, because we need to expose ourselves. We need to exploit the opportunity.
You need to be vulnerable.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that we have people like Rachana, do it, explore.
Yeah, for
Get
sure.
experience of Flame.
For sure.
So don't you get bored, or do you have some ऐसा negative feeling while dancing कि अब नहीं हो रहा अभी?
Of course, creativity block. That is the main thing what I face. Maybe if I'm creating every day, I face it on a daily basis. Creativity block is something कि मुझे अभी मैं डांस करना है, मुझे ये स्टाइल करना है, मुझे सॉन्ग पता है, मुझे सब पता है, पर ये स्टेप्स ही नहीं आ रहे हैं. मतलब मैं कैसे करूँ?
अच्छा.
बहुत रिपीट हो रहा है, रिपीटिशन हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है, बोर हो गया, मैं छोड़ दूँगी. It has happened to me a lot of times. Right now, I'm facing a part of it right now. ऐसे I'm facing that lethargy in me. यार बहुत सारी चीजें हैं to do. I want to get back to dancing, but I'm waiting for that one right thing to happen. Creativity can't be scheduled. It cannot be scheduled. It's like मैं every alternate day content create करूँगी, नहीं होता है. You can't do it.
हाँ.
You will face a burnout after
Yes.
that.
Right.
तुम्हारा repeat होगा.
Repeat होगा, yes.
It is that.
Agreed.
So I take क्योंकि अभी मुझे पता है one thing which is really relieved me कि I don't want to dance to earn. I don't want to dance to earn. So मेरे को वो pressure मेरे दिमाग से हट गया है कि यार dance करना पड़ेगा वरना how will you earn? Because earning is a very very important part of your life and you cannot deny that. That's one thing. But for me, dance is more of happiness now. Because of that one incident, people are putting me down because I can't dance properly. To this journey, I don't want dance to be a pressure for me anymore. I want to dance because I love to dance. I love to create. I will do it whenever I feel like doing it. Nobody can tell me you will have to do it now. So I face a lot of creativity blocks, and I'm very sure all the other creators and artists would agree with me. कि नहीं कभी-कभी होता है, तो you leave it at that point. You can't keep on pushing it. वरना जो quality तुम जो दिल से निकलोगे वो it will not happen. You need to give it time. So definitely it happens. I get bored of styles. I used to do semi-classical a lot, and I still do. I'm Kathak trained dancer. So when I do my classical pieces, and then after a while it was like यार बहुत classical हो गया, मैं नहीं करने वाली हूँ. Like it's okay. I'll do some different videos, different styles. Again I'll get back to semi-classical. So it is, I get bored. Definitely I get bored.
How did you learn this spontaneity? Because I see you're a very good conversationalist. You talk very nicely. I mean, you don't get. I feel that you're not in your head. You're just in the moment. Okay, whatever comes to my mind, I'm just, putting it to surface, and I'm verbalizing it.
Yeah.
You're expressing yourself. Were you like this from? No.
Never. It took a lot of time to, speak what you feel. It took a lot of time because first you need to be very fluent with what you speak. Second thing is you need to have that ability, or you need to develop that ability to convert what you think to talk. That is the main part where people are stuck in communication. कि उनको जो feel हो रहा है to communicate something like that, exactly like that, for the person to understand.
Right.
Just very very difficult. It is difficult.
Why? Because there are so many filters in your
So
mind.
many filters, and then it's like you don't find that perfect way to communicate.
Right.
कि either तुम बोलोगे तो rudely निकलेगा, either तुम बोलोगे तो मतलब एक सामने वाला misunderstand करेगा.
Yes.
So it takes practice.
Right.
Practice as in like not a conscious practice, but every at one day at a time practice. It's like very कि मैं अभी बोल रही हूँ, मेरे को इसके साथ कुछ communicate करना है. I can do it in a straightforward way, but it cannot seem rude.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be rude.
Yes.
A lot of times what happens is when people say, oh, I'm very straightforward, that it turns into being rude. And you can be straightforward while being good. Like while being nice.
Of course, yes.
So it took a lot of time, but I feel that is a very, very, I know that is my strength. I know it is my strength
Yes.
to communicate properly. I can communicate in a better way. And it has happened with me a lot of times where I've gotten very rude and I've gotten into arguments with people, but I know how to mend that again. I know how to get. So this is definitely undeniably my very very big strength. That's what, and I would want to develop that again and again every day for me.
So like go practice, expose yourself, start having conversation.
No, the basic rule is यार say what you feel. Say what you feel. तुम लोग इतना हम rehearse करते हैं ना दिमाग में कि मैं ऐसे बोलूँगी वैसे बोलूँगी.
Right.
तो जो तुमको बोले वो निकलता ही नहीं है.
But काफी conversation में ऐसा होता है कि यार दिमाग की कोई जरूरत नहीं होती है.
It is simple.
उस conversation की जरूरत ही नहीं तुम्हारी लाइफ में. But even then you are having इतना दिमाग लगा रहे हो कि भाई क्या बोलो, कैसा उसको कैसा फील होगा.
Exactly. तो simply बोलो, क्योंकि लोगों को after maybe उस time आगे मतलब ये होगा कि misunderstood. They might misunderstand you, but they'll understand knowing your intentions. If you are a nice person, if you know that what you want to communicate is not wrong,
Right.
they might misunderstand you in the beginning, but they will understand because they know you very well.
But what if they don't know us very well?
It takes time. It needs to be very.
You have to be socially calibrated.
Yes.
So that actually.
हाँ. मतलब first you need to be clear in your head what you want.
Intention should be
No,
clear.
intention भी नहीं, तुमको clear होना चाहिए कि तुमको क्या बात करना है और तुम्हारे दिमाग में चल क्या रहा है. बहुत बार ऐसे होता है कि हमको communicate तो करना है पर हमको ही पता नहीं हमारे दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है. तो हम how will you communicate with others?
अच्छा.
Because you are not clear in communication with yourself.
हाँ.
If you are confused in your head, सामने वाला is not going to understand you.
Agreed.
what a basic tip what I use for that is, if I want to communicate something, if it's like a big thing, I filter it in my head with bullet points. Always. It's like, this is one thing I want to say, this. It's very organized for me. And then I put it into better words.
So that happens in a split second, like this?
Now it happens. Earlier it took a lot of
Practice.
time. Practice, तो वो unconscious practice भी होता है.
Right.
So yeah.
What's your inspiration, Rachana? And not dancers.
Apart from dances.
Apart from
Not
dancers,
dancers.
there's no one such inspiration for me. There are a lot, and honestly speaking, I can't think of like one name, Abhi. But just my inspiration is to be somebody very clear, very clear of what you want. It's as simple as that. To know your ambitions, to know where you want to reach, to have a rough idea of that. And then walking towards it. My inspiration is, I used to be a very lazy person.
Okay.
Very lazy person, no aims, no dreams. मतलब ऐसे procrastination तो माशाल्लाह, it was always that. So, and because of certain things happening in my life, it has changed completely. And now I have my dreams. I know what I want. I want to reach somewhere. I know it's going to take one day at a time. I know it's not going to happen overnight. But just to know it is a very, very important thing in life, and that will help you reach a very high level and be consistent. I'm working on that. I'm not at all consistent. I am working on that. I'm working on that every day. But only knowing that I'm working on that every day is very good for me. Good enough for me to reach somewhere. Inspiration as such is my family, like my dad and my mom, the way, the circumstances they've been in, the problems they've faced, and all of that. So it has, the way they have dealt with situations, that can be the highest form of inspiration for me, for sure. And there are friends around me, so I will not take big names, but there are friends around me who are very, कि यार मेरे सामने वो बड़े हुए हैं, मतलब I've seen them grow.
Right. Okay.
They can be the highest form of inspiration for me. They are actually, because I know their journey, I know their hustle. तुम किसी बड़े का नाम लोगे ना, maybe you have not spoken to that person first hand, and you don't know उनका actually journey क्या था. But when you see people around you grow, and you actually relate to that, they can be the highest motivators for you and a very good inspiration.
I agree a lot with her. देख मैं मतलब people say कि ये inspirational video देख वो देख, एक point तक I agree with them कि I can listen to them, but ना जब point आता है कि can I relate to them, I can't. But this thing I can relate to it. Like now I'm in flame, I can see people grow. तो there are two ways. Either you think कि हाँ वो कर रहा है कुछ, either you get inspired.
Yeah.
So you have to select the person and get inspired. But the point which you said कि you can get inspired by your friends or your nearby ones. Yes.
और वो तुम्हारे ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. इंसान
हाँ,
को
हाँ.
हजार लोग बाजू में अच्छा कर रहा है और
Yes.
नहीं दिख रहा है तो नहीं ही दिखेगा. पर इंसान को एक इंसान अच्छा कर रहा है सामने वाला, and you know that person, it's like a human like relation with that person, you will follow that person. That can be an inspiration.
And the biggest thing is, if she is doing something and I am inspired by her, I can ask her.
Yeah, exactly. You can't ask somebody who is very distant and बड़ा हो गया है already. You can't answer.
Obviously,
Right.
तू और मैं मुकेश अंबानी से जाके बात नहीं कर सकते. I am inspired by him, but I can't talk to him like what you have done in your life. And he had his own circumstances. But the friends which we have, उनके circumstances अपने से बहुत ज़्यादा relate होते हैं.
Right.
For sure. I agree on that.
Do you have any other question, Himanshu?
The main question,
Yeah.
which we had in every podcast, what do you like in flame?
Campus, of course.
In depth, let's go to it. Campus तो सबको पसंद है.
Exactly.
Any
नहीं,
particular
campus
thing?
पसंद है. What I love in Flame is the faculty and how approachable they are. And if you want to give them their 100%, they will give you their 200%. If you decide to give your 100%. I have spoken to a lot of faculties. They have helped me in a second. Like I had a question in my internship, and I asked Preeta ma'am, and I asked her that, ma'am, I had this. I asked her what's happening. without a second's delay she replied to me is that my problem was solved.
Oh.
Which faculty will do that?
Right.
And I don't know, there will be faculties who do that, but I have faced something like this. It's very rare. They are so approachable on a WhatsApp message. So, and at any point of time. It's not like रात हो गया है, ये हो गया है, तुमको difficult है, and they will be there. So one thing I really love about Flame is that, and so first is campus, second is faculties and their bonds they have with the children and the level of efforts they want to put in people. पर ये अलग बात है कि people that don't want to go and initiate.
Yes.
That is one different thing. And then they can't blame the faculty कि यार तुम सिखा रहे नहीं हो. It's like you have problems, talk, and I'm very sure आज तक ऐसा भी नहीं हुआ है कि मेरा एक भी problem solve नहीं हुआ. All my problems are solved. If I just need to initiate and talk. They will give it their 100% to do it. That one thing, and the third is people like you have met. I had no idea how I'm going to bond with people. Honestly speaking, there were no best friends I created online, but offline meeting like-minded people, even if not like-minded people, meeting people who are doing good in their life is a huge value addition in my life. And I'm not saying I'm friends with everybody here. I'm not. And I relate to very few people. Till now I didn't know how to relate to you guys. But now I can say it.
Yes.
So meeting some people like you who can impact your life. So for sure. These three things for Pakta.
High note पे खत्म हो रहा है.
But I have one more question. Do you want to share a funny story, like really funny story that happened to you while dancing, performing?
Yeah.
I don't remember of any, but
Alright.
one thing is I have forgotten a lot on stage also. I've forgotten a lot on stage. मैं तो एक बार stage पे गिर भी गई थी. I don't know what stage I'll tell you. It was a film fair stage.
No way.
I've performed at film fair, okay? And
Whoa.
it was a film fair stage and I was wearing a lehenga. And I slipped on the film fair stage in front of Shamak. So Shamak was in front of me and I slipped on that. So it was very embarrassing for me, but it was funny also for me at the same point of time. But yeah, there are a lot of stories.
What was the reaction?
अरे कुछ नहीं था, मतलब it was like Shamak saw it, but he didn't react. I just left the stage. So that was very weird and हाँ मतलब बहुत सारी stories हैं, अभी याद नहीं आ रहा है ऐसे point
Who were
blank.
you performing with like the film fair?
I don't know, आयुष्मान खुराना और माधुरी दीक्षित. Yeah, somebody. Yeah. तो तभी हुआ था, but it was a lot of fun and funny stories भी है, पर उससे ज़्यादा embarrassing stories है, भूलने की. I have forgotten 1,000 times.
But that's part and parcel of the game.
Definitely, and I own it up now. Earlier, I never used to it.
Yeah.
I was very ashamed of it. But now I own it up. I was like, भूलती हूँ क्या है उसमें? I'll get up and dance again. I know that. So that's it. So very nice.
Do you have any question for us?
Yeah. What was this idea of podcast? How did it start? Because that's a very good thing what you guys are doing.
So I used to watch podcast in 2020. I had nothing to do, so I used to open up YouTube, and I was very much into this intellectual stuff. I told you,
Okay.
philosophy, psychology. I used to watch podcasts of Jordan Peterson,
Okay.
Sam Harris, Joe Rogan.
Okay.
So I thought, so maybe this was not very clear कि okay podcast शुरू करेंगे plane में. But then I thought कि dude, I love speaking. What if I take this as a leverage and start talking with people that will make me connect with them on a deeper level,
Yeah.
that will help me articulate my thoughts.
That will help you give you different perspectives of life.
Right. The point which you said about communicating.
Yeah.
कि you are saying something and we have to listen. The point of listening.
Correct.
Because
I just suddenly remember Bafna ma'am right now.
no, actually, I am relating to her.
Yeah. Definitely.
दोनों
That
podcast
lady
में.
makes a lot of sense.
The point mindfulness. यहाँ बहुत रिलेट हो रहा है.
Yes.
बहुत. And the point again कि क्यों स्टार्ट किया तो मेरे दिमाग में हर बार मैंने आंसर दिया आज भी. So many thoughts are going on. But वो thoughts को business बनाना, वो जो बीच का gap है वो मैं भर ही नहीं पाता था. Then Piyush came to me and he said कि मेरे को ऐसा लगता है podcast बनाना चाहिए. मैं बोला भाई करते हैं.
है ना meant to
हाँ.
happen.
करते हैं मतलब कुछ तो because ये actually ये stage पे मैं पहुंचा the point which we say nowadays कि if you have an idea work on it नहीं तो कोई चुरा लेगा, ये मैंने face कर लिया. तो when he said कि podcast बनाते तो I was like हाँ बनाते हैं, कुछ तो करते हैं तो पता चलेगा कि how things work, how you face issues and how you work on it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Super. Are you planning to make it into a business?
Let's see.
Not yet, but what I'm going to tell you is so we have done 2 podcasts, and after the podcast ends, when I walk out of this room, the setting,
Knowledge.
that feeling,
Satisfaction.
oh my god, I cannot express it. What a feeling! Like, I sleep very peacefully that day.
Wow.
Satisfaction, knowledge, next level पे जाते हैं हर बार.
I walk.
And in the all the 3 podcasts, never thought इतने deep जाएंगे, और तीनों podcast बहुत depth में बहुत कुछ बता के गए.
I cannot even tell how inspired I feel with talking with you, Rachana, because I can literally feel it in my guts.
Wow, that's a different feeling for me altogether. I didn't know I could do that, but it really feels very good to listen to it. And I really wish you guys go ahead. Podcast is one of the best things because it is the simplest way to understand perspectives and to understand life. तुम लोग करो, it's like very. I can definitely give you guys contacts to do it.
We will follow the last time thing. Like, support, subscribe.
Like, support,
So
subscribe.
I follow this on my YouTube and Instagram videos. Guys, please like, share, support, and subscribe. These 2 guys are doing a fabulous job. And thank you so much for calling me here.
Obviously.
I feel great to be here.
On Instagram, go search Rachana Ghaisas. On YouTube,
Rachana Ghaisas. We'll find it.
We'll put the link below.
yeah. For
Thank
sure.
you so much.
So, this was great, man.